All during my childhood, my mother would take us out to Oakland Cemetery to see the graves of our ancestors, and she had lots of family out there. And so many of them died very young from various things. But anyway, they had a good big lot, so that was good. And then we go out on Easter and Christmas and various birthdays and put flowers on the graves. And I've always loved to go to Oakland. Now, friends of mine would say, "Why do you want to go to the cemetery?" I said, "Well, I don't know, I just always have gone there and I like it." And now it's become such a beautiful place. And it was always pretty, but it's even prettier now. And it's like a park. Two native Atlantans were talking to each other, and this one man said, "I just discovered the most wonderful place." And the other friend said, "What is that?" And he said, "Oakland Cemetery." He said, "I've been here all my life, and I've never been there." So he said, "I'm going, and I'm going to go take a tour." So I think that's real good. I think that will continue. When the book came out, I was 15, and it was in the summer, June of 1936, and my mother had ordered the book from Rich's because they had sent out a card saying you could order a autograph first edition for $3. So my mother ordered the book, and my brother and I said, "What's the book about?" And my mother said, "History." And we said, "Oh, good night. Is that what it is?" We weren't too interested in a history book. So, but anyway, she ordered it, and one day I was sitting on the front steps, and the postman brought the book. And I opened it, and it said Gone with the Wind. I thought, oh, that's a good title. And I looked at the first page, and I couldn't put it down. Now, my brother came out on the porch, and I had to go eat lunch, and he took the book. When I came back out, he wouldn't give me the book back. He had started reading it, and he wouldn't put it down. So then my mother never got to read it for a good while because we wouldn't let her have it. But anyway, we loved the book. And then when the movie came out, we were so glad to get to see it. And I still love seeing it, and I watch it almost every time it's on TV. And I think sometimes, well, I won't watch the whole thing at one time, but I do. I just can't stand to stop in the middle. So I think after 75 years, it's so wonderful to still have that book talked about, and then this will be the 75th year of the premiere. That was December of 39. I was off at Sweetbriar College, and my father conscientiously wrote the dean and asked her if I could come home a day early for the premiere. But the dean was not familiar with Gone with the Wind. She was from the North, and so she said no, I absolutely could not come home. So I didn't come home. And then I've always regretted that because they said it was absolutely the most exciting thing that ever happened in Atlanta. And so I do like seeing the pictures of it, which they have on TV every now and then, of the Clark Gable and all the stars landing at the airport and then riding down to the Georgian Terrace on Peachtree. It was really exciting. She didn't change her at all. You know, you would have thought somebody like that would have gone all out doing things, but she didn't. Of course, the war came along, and she was worked with the Red Cross and all, and did just like a lot of housewives were doing. and they lived in a apartment on Peachtree, right off of Peachtree, where the Mitchell house now stands. It was an apartment, and they lived there, and she spent a lot of time writing, I guess, and then she just did different things, and we were so glad when they were able to save that house and make it a wonderful place for tourists and people to go see, where they lived in a small apartment. She had her typewriter right there, and she had a very nice life. I don't really know what it meant to the others, but it's meant a lot to me, because I just admire anybody who did what she did and had it to be something that wasn't just, there temporarily and then people forgot about it, but that people are still thinking about it and admiring it and interested in it, which I think is very good. And I'm so glad that people are interested in going to see the house and knowing things about her. I think that's very complimentary, and I think she would be very surprised at all of this.